Life can feel overwhelming at times. Like the world's moving so fast and you're just trying to keep up. What if I told you that there was one simple tip I could give you today that would help you be able to reel in that noise, give yourself a sense of peace, and establish some grounding? It's called the pause, and I'm going to tell you about that right now. A few years ago, when I was caught up in the daily grind of work, I decided that I needed something to kind of still that chaos that was going on around me. And I decided to tap into something that I'd learned way back when I was 15. I used to train in martial arts when I was a kid. And one day my teacher came up to me and he said, "I'm going to teach you the easiest, most difficult thing that you're ever going to learn." And he taught me meditation. So I decided that while I couldn't really do like a formal meditation while I was at work or in the middle of a meeting or something like that, I decided I could still use the principle. And the principle that I used was this pause. Basically, a lot of people have heard about, if you're in a tough situation, count to 10. And that's a great idea, because anytime that you can create space between you and a problem, that's going to be the best thing for you. So this pause just does that, but it's a specific way that I want you to use this pause. So counting to 10, a lot of people would just close their eyes and count to 10. That's not what I want you to do. What I want you to do for this pause is count to 3. Now, I know a lot of you right now are going, "What do you mean count to 3? That's not even going to give me a chance to get away from the situation." No. But what it is going to do, it's going to center you on your breathing, because that count to 3, it's going to take a while. And that's what I started doing. I started using this pause method to count to 3. And I just can't tell you, at my desk when I first did this, and I was able to get a little bit of clarity, and I was able to kind of see those problems as solutions. It was just a mind-blowing thing for me. And that's why it's so important for me to get this word out to people, to understand what the pause is. So let's talk about why we use the pause. So the reason we would use a pause is anytime you feel that welling up, you know how your shoulders start to raise up and your heart starts to beat a little bit faster, your chest gets tight. That's when you need the pause. It can happen anywhere. It can happen at the bank. It can happen in the grocery store. It happens while you're driving. I don't think there's anything that'll take you out of your Zen mood faster than driving. But even then, you can use this as a way to kind of center yourself up and really begin to take advantage of being in that situation in ways that you never were able to before, because you're going to be able to see through all of the BS that you thought was there, these blocks that you thought were there. You're going to really be able to fix this with a simple pause, because once you master this pause and you can start getting some clarity, then you can handle any situation that life throws at you. I don't care what it is. It's just like what happened to me. The day that I got fired on the phone. Can you imagine that? You get fired on the phone, making well into 6 figures of money, and somebody tells you you're fired, and there was nothing that you've prepared for. You can't prepare for that. When that happened, and instead of jumping and yelling and all that stuff that we would normally do, because I've been inserting this pause and I've been practicing this for so long with my meditation and all the other stuff that I do, as soon as I heard those words, I was at peace. Believe it or not, I was at peace. I was mad. That's absolutely true. And you can still be angry and at peace. It's how you channel it. It's how we choose to respond. And if you respond with a pause first, you'll probably come out with a better response in the end. So, here's what I want you to do. On this count of 3, we're going to focus on our breath, because I truly believe everything begins with the breath. So, a count of 1 looks like this. It's a breath in with a pause, out, and that's 1. So, that's 1. After you count to 3, and you really just focus on nothing. I want you to really try that. It's really hard. But I can tell you, just from doing it now, I feel a very tenable sense of peace in my body. And I've been peaceful already, even if I have been working on building my studio. And I'm dreading doing that wall behind me. So if you find yourself overwhelmed today, take your time and give yourself a pause. Now, if you would, leave a like, subscribe, and even comment. Let me know what happened with you if you took advantage of taking a pause. How did it work for you? How did it make you feel? And more importantly, how did the situation resolve? I'll see you out there.